Hey guys, what's up? So we are a week into 2019 and I am finally here with a video all about how to actually set your resolutions, or as I'm going to call them, goals. I hope you're enjoying the Dream It, Achieve It series so far. If you are, make sure to give this video a thumbs up because my last few videos you guys have loved. They've done so well. I can tell you're sharing them with your friends, social medias, because they have just blown up and I'm so thankful. I want to keep this train going because I want to bring you guys the best content possible, of course. So also, I'm back in my dorm room now, if you can't tell, but let's go ahead and get started. So if you guys followed me since last January, you know last January I started my vision book, which is just this big art journal that I spray painted gold, and I started it with my 2017 memories, went into my 2018 New Year's resolutions, and I decided, since I barely filled up like half the book, not even, I wanted to keep it going and just keep this my vision book for years, if however long it takes me to fill it up. And I got some of the ideas for this resolution setting method from a workshop I went to, along with some other amazing bloggers and YouTubers. Rachel Hollis is a big inspiration for this, as well as Life and Grace, Edie Walsworth. It was a workshop I went to. So both of those women helped in figuring out how I wanted to actually set my goals for this year and what I'm sharing with you guys today. So the first thing I want to share with you guys is the mindset you need to have for a new year. So even if your week has been awful and 2019 has just not gone your way so far, that is okay. It's a Monday, it's a fresh start, and every day can be a fresh start. You don't just have to start on the New Year's. So there's two different kinds of mindsets you can have. One is a growth and one is a fixed or stagnant, stopped mindset. So we obviously all want to have the growth mindset, and you can't have the mindset that like, oh, if I don't achieve this goal like by February, then it wasn't meant to be, I shouldn't have it, I didn't work hard enough for it, all of that. If you're one of the people who normally doesn't believe in resolutions, that's okay. You don't have to love the new year, love setting resolutions to still have a growth mindset and still be achieving your goals year round, because let's be honest, we don't want to be just setting new goals on January 1st. We want to be setting new goals throughout our year as things evolve, as new people and objects and projects come into our lives. So if you're not normally a New Year's person, that is okay. And so what I did starting out was I wrote down some thoughts I want to constantly be thinking, like affirmations basically I want to say to myself, so that my subconscious brain is repeatedly hearing these and will start to believe it. So that's there's a book, The Secret, there's like a whole thing on the subconscious mind, which I'm not going to get into today. But my first step for you guys is to write down what you want your mind to be focusing on. Actually, I stole a lot of these from Life and Grace. She said these at her workshop and I absolutely love the wording. So I tweaked them a little bit to fit in my life, but yeah, these are mostly from her, not taking credit. 1, I love people where they are. 2, I eat well, sleep well, and move daily to keep my body fit. 3, I am generous and abundant, and abundance comes to me easily. 4, I manage my time and life well, and I achieve my goals with grace. And 5, my business and YouTube are growing beyond my dreams. So those are 5 thoughts that I want to manifest in 2019, and I want to constantly be growing in those ways. Goal setting is great. It's great to write down your resolutions. It's great to write down your goals like we're about to do. It's great to track them, all of these things we're about to do. But it first starts up here, and changing your mindset from I'm never going to change, others affect how I feel, others affect how I act, my success is dependent on other people. Like once you change that mindset to the fact that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, and you have the power inside of you, and you don't need other people, you just need belief in yourself. And I believe that you also need belief that God is working through you, then you can achieve all things. So first, mindset. Great. That's out of the way. Now let's get into the nitty gritty. Grab some paper. I love when you guys send me when you work through my videos. I'm going to be working here through it too. So first, we're going to do a little self-evaluation on your 2018, on your past years, on yourself now. You're going to evaluate yourself at from 1 to 10 scale, 1 being your worst and 10 being I'm amazing, nothing to improve on, which probably no one will be at a 10 because we always want to improve, but that's the goal. Okay, now what we're gonna do is write one goal for each category. This was very hard for me because I like to come up with a lot of goals, and I found even with my 2018 resolutions, a lot of my resolutions and goals were in the work category and self. I love working on myself. I love working on my work and my YouTube. But I was kind of neglecting setting goals with relationships and building a community in my environments. So I kind of had to be like, okay, Hannah, yes, we love setting those work goals, but you also need to set some more personal goals too. So figure out what goals you need to set, and then write one goal for each category. Okay, so now you have your list of goals for each category. That's awesome. Here is what I love, and I am a little nervous to do this, but we're gonna do it. You are going to achieve one of these goals in 90 days, so in 3 months. So pick the one that is most urgent. I actually did a work one for this because I want to launch this new product by summer. So in the next 90 days, I want to have this done. So that's what I chose. I'm not going to show that spread because it's a secret project. So I can't tell you guys too much yet, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna choose that one that is most urgent. It may be one of the ones you scored lowest in when you self-evaluated, and then you are going to write at the top of your page, that thing done in 90 days. So for example, I did launch a YouTube channel in 90 days, if that's one of your goals. Then what you're gonna do is list out every little thing that it takes to launch a YouTube channel. So this is where you can Google, you can read books about it, you can listen to podcasts to kind of figure out what your goal involves. And each little thing you list needs to be able to be completed within an hour is what I gave myself. You can do needs to be completed at 30 minutes, needs to be completed in a day. I did an hour. So for example, my first one was find a spot to film. Finding a spot to film is definitely going to take less than an hour, whether it's in your room, in your house, wherever. The next one is to find a camera. Notice I didn't say buy a camera, just find a camera that you want or that you already have. Find a place to edit or a software to edit. And then film one video, which hopefully will take less than an hour. Make a banner art. Make a thumbnail. So as you can see, I'm not saying to upload your first video because that'll probably take more than an hour if it's your first video. So you got to break it up into pieces that can be achieved in 1 hour. And then guys, this is groundbreaking. Are you ready? If you've watched my morning night routine video, how to create your ideal morning and night routine, I recommended waking up at least an hour before you have to so that you can work on one thing that you love. This is where you're gonna spend that hour. If you really wanna achieve this, you are gonna wake up an hour earlier or go to bed an hour later, obviously still giving yourself enough sleep, but you're gonna dedicate an hour of your day to working on this. And then you'll probably finish this in less than 90 days. So let's say you have 90 lists out with this project. Okay, there's 90 things you need to get done in order to complete this goal, to complete this project. If you spend an hour a day working on it, you'll achieve that goal in 90 days. And most likely the thing you're working on doesn't have 90 tasks that need to be done. So let's think about a mountain. Let's picture the mountain as your end goal. But as we know, mountains are formed by lots of smaller materials, so like rocks and trees and just the earth. So there's a lot of things that go into building a mountain. So let's picture those little tactics, those tasks as boulders. It's gonna take a lot of boulders to build that mountain, but these boulders are all your little tasks and lists you wrote out to achieve that mountain, that end goal. You can't just expect to wake up in a week in 2019 and feel like you reached your goal. So instead of being overwhelmed at the beginning of the year, which you may already be, looking at all your resolutions, just come up with 5 to 7 resolutions for your year and then work on the first, choose one to focus on in the next 90 days. And then in 3 months, come springtime, you are gonna feel like a boss. You're gonna be like, I achieved one of my resolutions and we're not even halfway through the year. And that is what's gonna catapult you into wanting to achieve more goals. So then you're gonna go on to your next goal and maybe you achieve that goal in 30 days instead of 90, or maybe 60 days and then 30 days. And eventually you are going to just feel like a boss. I heard this amazing quote at that goal setting workshop I went to, and they said, the goal is not to achieve your resolutions, but to become the person that can achieve resolutions. So the goal is not to just click off a goal like, oh, drink 80 ounces of water today. The goal is to become the person that can do that and will stick with it. And it definitely is going to take some dedication. I'm not here to tell you that setting goals is easy, and I'm not here to tell you that getting resolutions accomplished is an easy task. If it would, like, we'd all be living our best lives and we'd all feel amazing, and I wouldn't need to make these videos. Even for myself, I wouldn't need to go to these workshops. It takes dedication. It's gonna take that focused hour working on this task or goal or habit for you to in the end achieve it. And maybe your resolution isn't really a project, like maybe yours is more forming habit. So if you want to live a healthier lifestyle, again, list out all the things that go into that. Work out, drink water. Mine also is like to read my devotional every day. And so I made a habit tracker for this. You have a bullet journal. This is kind of like my bullet journal, but I'm not super crafty. I have terrible handwriting and I just don't like spending time like doodling. But here's my friend mate Skylar's. Hers is awesome. So check out hers. It's super cute. Then what I did was I printed out one from a blog that was free. So I'll have her blog linked where I got it. And basically I wrote out workout, drink 80 ounces of water a day, which is, I got a hydro flask, so that's 2 hydro flasks. Read my devotions every day and work on this new project. And so I'm gonna track my habits through this, and I just printed out and put it in my book. It was very easy. I need a sip of water. I've been talking for like 15 minutes, just like goal setting gets me going. Also put it in your calendar. I use it on my phone just because then I get the notification, which is awesome. In 90 days from today, whenever you're watching this video, put in your calendar, complete that thing. And then every week have something else you want to complete that's leading up to that 90 days. Just things like that, just keeping yourself accountable through your calendar, through your habit tracker, however you want to do that. Just make sure you're tracking your progress and you have an incentive. You have something to check off. You have something to look to and be like, okay, this is where I am now. This is where I want to be. This is where I started. We got this much to go, but look how far I came. I believe you need something visual to kind of see that. So this was a long video, so I want to do a quick recap. Remember, you have to start with your thoughts. Write down some thoughts you want your mind to be thinking constantly to become that better person. Do a self-evaluation. Write out only a few resolutions for your year. Stuff that's very specific, stuff that you can achieve, but also stuff that you're excited to do. Then choose one to focus on in the next 90 days or less. If you're like gung-ho, I need to get this done, like 30 days, 60 days, whatever. And then create a habit tracker or some way to track your progress along the way. And then once you finish that one resolution, like, you're the person that now finishes their goals, finishes their resolutions, achieves their dreams. Let's go. Keep going. Keep moving down that big resolution list and you'll be good by 2020. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If it was, again, give a thumbs up. Let me know what your resolutions are. I would love to hear them in the comments below. Tell me what other videos you guys want to see in this series and I will talk to you guys next time. Okay, bye. Peace out.